What are the three biggest mistakes you can make in your career development and your career mapping? I'm going to tell you this in a moment. My name is Beate Chelette. I'm the growth architect. I'm a strategist and I help organizations from startups to Fortune 100 companies to figure out how to develop their business, develop their leaders, and get everybody together in the umbrella of workplace unification. So let's talk about mistakes in your career. So here are the three big mistakes I see all the time. Number one, it is waiting for someone at some point to see something and let the work speak for itself. Ha! You need to speak up. You need to tell them what you're good at. You need to present them with your unapologetic value proposition. You need to show up every day like it's your last day, and you need to pursue this like it's a real career. So waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting will only produce one result: nothing. So if you want to advance in your career, number one mistake to correct is, instead of waiting, speak up. Second biggest mistake people make in their career path development: taking it personal. So it is very easy, especially for women, to take it personal when someone says, I think this project is a little bit too big for you, or you're not quite the right person for that, or you don't have things. Or how about these demoralizing performance reviews where someone is actively searching for something horrible to say about you because they just don't know any better, or because they've been trained in performance reviews, instead to tell you how great you are, how much you suck at something that you neither want to do, nor are you good at, nor was that even part of your job description when you first joined. So that is the second big mistake, is if you allow that to happen. Rather than taking it personal, I want you to look at yourself as almost a product, right? As something that is outside of you, something that you formulate, like you are the product, you are the thing that's being sold here. And so instead of saying, oh, but I, and then you break out in tears, you say, well, here are the qualifications that you said are required for the job. Let's talk about that. What are the qualifications for this job or this project? And you can do that on whether that's a boss or a client. You do it the same way. You said, what are the qualifications and what's necessary for that? And then if you don't have the qualifications, then you go get the qualifications, and then you come back and you ask for it a second time. If you take it personal and you go home and you say, nobody loves me, then you're doing yourself a really big disservice, and you're just putting your career way on the back burner. And what is item number three that I see is being done wrong all the time? Well, number three is that you are not reframing what you need to say when an objection comes along. So you got to be clear that a lot of times there's always going to be an objection. You're too old, you're too young, you're feminist, you don't have enough experience, you have too much experience. What did you do in that 1 year? Why did you take a year off? Did you dare taking care of your children? So constantly you are under fire with all these different terminologies that are designed to keep you small, right? The art of reframing is being ready when these objections come up, and they will, especially when you're a woman or when you're a minority. You're always pushing up against these things. When you're non-conforming, colorful and unique, outspoken like me, of course you are going to get pushback. So the art of reframing always works. And I'm going to give you one example, one of my favorite examples. I needed to break through and get a really big contract with the largest image supplier in the world. And when I walked into that meeting, finally, after it took me a year to get this meeting. Finally, I'm walking in there, and this is it's the largest company in the world. They're used to millions and millions and millions and millions of images being brought in by their partners. And I walk in, I have my meeting, and they do what they always do, right? They say, well, so how many images are you bringing to us? And I said, 435. They fell off their chairs laughing. They thought it was the most ridiculous thing they have ever heard in their entire life. I mean, they used to millions of images. Here I am with 435. Art of reframing. I said, well, my photographers are not like these other photographers. My photographers are highly trained subject matter experts. They don't need to take hundreds of photos, they take one. And that is so good that that's the image that sells. So you tell me, would you like me to just clog up your database with images that nobody will ever buy and that all look very similar to each other? Or would you like to curate a highly targeted, highly sellable, exclusive collection of the world's best photographers, the award-winning buildings by award-winning designers and architects? I got the contract and it changed my life. So the art of reframing is my third one. So I hope this helps you a little bit in your career advice. Please go ahead and let me know how this works for you. If you have any questions or comments, put them right here below. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Tell all your friends about it. Help me build the community here over at The Growth Architect. Thank you for watching, and I see you again next week. Goodbye.